Hello, Rob Walker here. So I spent most of yesterday at a party for my wife's birthday. Her birthday was a couple of weeks ago, but being a summer birthday, it's difficult to get everybody together, so we had the big party with all the friends yesterday. And it was an exciting time, it was a great time, but it was the first time in a long time that I had been surrounded not just by adults, but by a bunch of children. And that was the perfect storm of an environment for people to begin asking my wife and I about our forthcoming parenthood. So after talking to both parents and non-parents about what it felt like to almost be a parent myself, I decided to do a video list on things they asked me about what it's going to be like while being a parent. Here we go. No. No. No, listen, no one is ready to become a parent. No one is a parent before being a parent. This question was the most asked question and has been the most asked question since my wife and I announced that we were going to be having a baby. And the answer is, of course, no. We're not ready for this. I don't think anyone is ever ready for this. I don't think people will be ready for this even into their parenthood. She is doing incredibly well. She is both tired and a bit bulbous, but that's to be expected. And she's kicking ass. Thank you for asking. Okay, so other than the fact that I'm going to be a parent, and that's something I'm greatly looking forward to, and I realize that this is a long, long way off, I think I'm most looking forward to being able to communicate and share with our child things that I enjoy. I'm really looking forward to showing him Indiana Jones for the first time. I'm really looking forward to showing him comic books and games. I'm looking forward to going out and playing with him and fishing and hiking and running around. I'm looking forward to all of those things and just in talking with him and communicating in certain ways, but that is going to be a long, long way off. Okay, so this is a difficult question, and people always give me really strange looks whenever I answer it honestly. I know our child will suffer heartache and physical pain at certain points, and that's just a part of life. And I feel qualified to handle that kind of thing. I've been both heartbroken and I've hurt myself physically before. It's the weird philosophical questions that inevitably come out of children's mouths that I'm not particularly looking forward to. Like the day when our son asks us what a weapon is, or why do we go to war? And I'm not looking forward to answering those because I don't really know how to structure an answer that would be satisfactory. On some of those questions, I still don't have answers for as an adult. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, this is probably going to be the last parenting adjacent video for a long time, if not ever. So no, I won't be making a habit of parenting videos. We have several names bouncing around right now, but we really have no idea. The most valuable parenting advice that I've received so far has come from my friend Brian Hughes. Brian is a writer. He writes a webcomic called Life Under Construction. It's very funny. I'll put a link in the description. You guys should check it out. But we were at a party, and I was telling Brian how nervous I was and how, I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to pull this together. And he said, I was well into high school before I realized that my parents were faking it. Which everyone knows. Everyone knows that this is improv. You can read all the books you want, but you're never going to be totally prepared. And Brian's statement put everything instantly into perspective. And obviously, it took me a little while, and I'm going to have bouts of nervousness and bouts of not really knowing what I'm doing and flying by the seat of my pants, but that's really all this is. Back to question one. No one's ever ready for this. So, thank you, Brian. I am most worried about balance, and I have to clarify this. Okay, so everything in one's life is interconnected, so I want to be there for my child. I want to be a good father. School plays, sporting events, being supportive, helping with homework, and just generally being there, knowing that I'm someone he can come to get advice or help or whatever. But I also want to be a good husband, which means talking to my wife, taking her out separate from being a family, but being romantic, and talking to each other like adult human beings. And also so that our son can look at our marriage and see it working. So hopefully that he can grow up and have healthy relationships himself. And along with being a father and a husband and a million other things to a million other people, I'd like to be Rob Walker. Guy who does creative things, guy who makes videos, who writes, who is a creative being. Because that recharges my battery. And I believe makes me a better father and a husband. I'm speculating, of course, but I think people need time to recharge. They also need time with friends, away from their significant others and their children, to recharge their battery as well, and have adult conversations separate from the household. So those are the questions revolving around my forthcoming parenthood. Any parents out there have anything to add to this? Do you guys have any advice or something that you heard? I'd love to hear about it. Any non-parents have any questions regarding this? Please let me know. Leave comments. This is Rob Walker signing off. Thank you for watching.